Hey, it's April from the Noble Garden, and this is my 4th video of my CSA series. If you have watched the video before, you will know that I have actually decided to call my business Harvest Baskets due to the fact that I'm doing it a little different than CSA. However, all my preparation, all my succession growing, everything I'm doing would be just like a person who's doing a CSA would be doing it. So I don't think I'm going to change the name of this series. I think I'll keep it as a CSA series because if you're looking for information about CSA, I think that I am providing that, even though I'm doing it a little bit different. I just want to share my experiences with everybody so that if you're thinking about going this type of route of a business, you have someone that you can see how they did it from the beginning. Like I've always said, we're all learning this together, and I hope I'm helpful to somebody. I wanted to give you guys an update on the very first round of seedlings. These guys have done really, really good. Some of this is a tiny bit leggy, but I've noticed that the stems are getting stronger. I'm not really too concerned about it. Of course, then I have things like the lettuce that looks really, really good. But this all should be really good. When I plant this, I'll just bury, and it's not super long. This second row here that you can kind of see, this is the second round, and they're all doing pretty good. I am actually going to be working on round 3 of seeding the early spring crop, and that will be the last round I do of that. I might do some direct sowing outside because as things go outside, it'll get warmer, so I can do more direct sowing. I did direct sow some carrots and some bunch of onions yesterday, but let's go outside and I will explain more about what I plan on doing with actual garden beds. So I'm outside and I'm trying to look at my garden beds and figure out exactly what I want to do. I had a plan, and now I need to modify that plan. And you'll learn in gardening, you modify your ideas all the time. And we are going to have to put row covers up to be able to grow some of this stuff early. And I don't want to have to put row covers in every single bed because, you know, that costs money. We are building 9 more beds, so that should help with the summer, because that's my other problem is that I worry about taking up too much room for the summer or whatever. But I think I'm just going to have to do what I need to do now and figure it out later. So I'm going to kind of go over some ideas on video with you guys. When you guys look at my bed, ignore the grass grow. Let me show you what I'm about. I had did some fall crops that didn't make it, and the straw that I picked up apparently grew grass. So I have to work on getting that out. And you'll notice I actually have some kales that actually made it through, and they probably will keep on making it through because that's just kale for you. So I am going to just add more kale to this side of this bed. There are all kinds of ways to do gardening, and I feel like for me, in trying to produce as much as possible, I'm going to be doing a modified square foot gardening. And what I mean by that is that some things I'm a square foot garden and some things I'm not. And kale, for example, it says 2 per square foot. So let me show you kind of what I'm thinking about doing. So this bed right here is 3 feet wide. So I know for a fact that those 2 are each in a square foot of their own, and I'm probably going to add a kale in the middle. And depending on room and how much I need when I get to plant in this bed, I may add another one within the same square, and that'd be 2 per square foot. So in other words, this area here, that area there, and that area there, there'll be a total of 6 kales right here. The only problem I run into doing something like that is that those won't grow as big as I have seen kale grow. So I don't know if I'm going to do that with the kale, because the whole point of the kale is to cut off the side leaves, and then that way I don't need new kale plants every time I do succession growing. So I have 2 rounds of kales inside, and then this 3rd round I'm about to start on Monday. I'm hoping not to have to do no more kale, so I can just cut off the leaves of kale. Other plants, however, such as broccoli and cauliflower, which you put them in the ground, they grow, they give you one, and they're done. Those are 1 per square foot. That includes cabbages. So my plan for that is 1 square foot straight down each side, because I did 20 this round, and I'll do 20 the next round, and 20 the next round. Or did I do 40? I think I did 20. Anyways, so this is all my kale here, and this bed here. And then this bed here, I'm going to do straight down the middle, 20. And it's probably going to go into that second bed over there. So I've got 2 types of cabbages, a broccoli, and a cauliflower each. So I do think that this section and that section down there is probably going to fill up with that. And then my last little section right here, it does have 2 kales in it. And I can transplant these. These already been transplanted one time before. You just dig them up and put them in a new spot. They actually do very well with that. So probably will move these kales up there with the rest of the kale, because I need room for all my different types of lettuces. And a lot of the lettuces you can do 4 to 6 per square foot, and that'll just be my way of squishing them all together. I'm not worried about them getting bigger, because my plan is to actually just cut them one. Most of my lettuces are one time and done, so I'll just cut them up out of the ground as a plant. The only thing I'm growing that could be either way is romaine, and at the moment my plan is just to cut the romaine out of the ground and give it to the customer like that. So my plan is just to squeeze as much lettuces and romaines down here in this last portion of the bed. Then, as you can see, we have been playing with what size we want to make this little tunnel, so that we can keep this stuff away from the frost for about a month. This first round that I'm talking to you guys and going brainstorming over what's going to be where with you guys, this is the first set of seeds that we planted inside, and they will be ready to go outside on February 27th, 28th-ish. And I still have the month of March, which here in North Carolina, you never know what you're going to get. March can be very, very warm, and then last minute get a frost, or it could be cold and frosty one week and warm the next. Like, the weather's already kind of did that. Like, yesterday was like 6 degrees and beautiful. Today's cloudy and cold, with rain on the way. So you just never know what you're going to get here. But I just kind of wanted to brainstorm with you guys what my thinking process is. Now, I do have other things I'm going to put in the ground, and that's where this bed beside is going to come in. I need to put radish and carrots and a bunch of onions in the ground, and that's going to be the end of that bed. And once my first succession is in, we're just going to have to play with it and figure out what to do for the second. And this is a learning challenge for me, and I am enjoying sharing it with you guys. I hope you guys continue to watch, and we will go over more about square foot gardening as we go. When I put the plants in, I'll talk way more about it, because it is an option even for a regular grower with small spaces. Thank you guys for watching.